Hey, Tony Gash is here. Got to forgive me, I just finished working out. But I was thinking about something, and I'm gonna tell you what my goal is. And it's one thing that I see that I notice a lot of times that just with human nature, and this is one of the areas that I feel like if every single person can work on growth in this area, and it just can make life much more peaceful and much less stressful. If we can learn how to live, how to win, and how to succeed for ourselves and for our household and not for the world. My sister, she asked me one time, years ago, she said, Tony, why do you buy all of this nice stuff if you don't show it? And I said to her, because it's not for Instagram. It's not for Facebook. It's for me. I get my car because I like that car. But I don't post my car sitting on the hood for Instagram because it's not for anybody else. And very, very rarely is showing what we have or what we've accomplished. Very rarely is it motivational to people, other than demoralizing, other than certain circumstances to where if a single parent who come from nothing, who come from the hood, who had no investors, no help, no real support from family, and did everything legal, didn't take any shortcuts, didn't do anything illegal, and with no real following, no celebrity friends, if somebody like that make it, that can be inspirational in certain ways that is shown or that the story is told. And most often if somebody else tell the story instead of that individual telling the story. But what happens is our lives become so miserable because we live in a constant state of comparison. We live in a constant state of looking left and looking right and watching what everybody else has and what everybody else is doing. And a lot of times when you get the opportunity to see the behind the scenes, that's when you stop believing the highlight reel, because the highlight reel does not tell the real story. I can show you a highlight reel of me scoring 20 points in a basketball game, but the highlight reel won't show the 10 turnovers. The highlight reel won't show the 15 missed shots. The highlight reel won't show that we lost the game. You'll just see the 20 points. And so the thing about it is you could see somebody on a cabana at the nicest resort in the country, but what the highlight reel doesn't show is that they didn't pay for the cabana. That they actually didn't even pay to stay the night at the hotel. That they was invited to somebody else get together, walked past the sign that said reserved, hopped on the cabana, took a picture, posted on Instagram, and now you think their money bought that experience. When you see that pair of shoes that this woman posts online, you think the floor is her closet. But she walked into the store in the fashion district and tried on those shoes. Never bought them, can't even afford them. But posted a caption that made you think it's hers. So now you look at your life and you feeling less than, because you like, she my same age, she my same race, she come from my same situation. How she got a $2,000 pair of shoes and I'm broke? But don't even realize she don't have those shoes. And those real life examples that I done seen with my own eyes, and it just kind of helped me understand, helped me realize, like, wow, you see what you perceive as the product, but you don't realize that there is no process, that there was no process. And that a lot of times when you're looking at what you think is a product, it's not even a product. It ain't even a prototype. It ain't even a sample. It's just a facade. It's all fake. But we live in this constant state of comparison. So years ago, I stopped comparing. And it gave me so much peace. And I came to the place to where if I say something somebody else said, that means God gave us the same message. Because I stopped watching. I stopped paying attention to what somebody else was doing on their race, because I don't want to emulate their pace on their race. Because our condition is different. Because our trainers are different. Because our mission is different. Because our purpose is different. So if I'm emulating what they're doing, I'm carrying their mission. I'm carrying their message. But I'm not equipped for what they were given to carry. But they might not even be carrying anything. It might be a facade. What it looked like they carrying might be hollow and ain't no weight in it. So now I'm trying to emulate. And I saw this happening like 2012, 2014. I was out and I was grinding and I was doing things in the world and I was making mistakes. And I'll look up for a second and somebody will bring somebody to my attention. Hey, you know who this is? I look at who this is and I look and I say, oh my goodness, he copying my mistake. He copying me, but that was a mistake. Oh my goodness. But it showed me that's what happened when you emulate instead of when you innovate. When you create from what you put here to do, from what you call to do. When you be yourself, when you lay in your stillness, in your peace, and you create your own moves, you create your own plays instead of looking at somebody else's blueprint. Because see, somebody else's blueprint not really gonna serve you. You could get a little bit of knowledge, but you got to put your fingerprint on it. Because the door to destiny requires a fingerprint. And no other person in the world has your same fingerprint. So unless you understand and learn how to use your fingerprint to unlock your door to destiny, you'll forever be a carbon copy. And a carbon copy is never worth what an original is worth. And that's what we got to get to. That's what I'm striving for. And that's what I've succeeded at in so many ways. And that's what has brought my life so much peace and so much clarity. Because you become a leader and not a follower. You set the trends instead of following the trends. Because when you sit in your stillness and you hear and you get your download for what you're supposed to be doing, now you become an innovator. And it was Steve Jobs that said the difference between a leader and a follower is innovation. And so listen, get your download, write your blueprint. Stop looking left, stop looking right, stop studying everybody else and study you. Do an interview. Look at the interview of you and what you are called to do. And that's what you put into action. Hey, this is Tony Gasson. God bless you. We'll talk soon.